The American public library system has kept pace with the advancement of librarianship and has more or less kept up with changes in tastes in the information, knowledge, and technology preferences of the American public. Digitization, however, has been a game changer. Branching off of digitization are three major challenges to American public libraries: stewardship, learning and literacy, and equity of access. Stewardship is the preservation of the human record. Print has proven an effective method of knowledge preservation. But how will the digital human record be saved? Libraries face two challenges: changing storage hardware and accountability. In other words, who is to ensure these archives will be maintained for the distant future? For example, Google is digitizing the human record, but what if they decided they wanted to charge money to see their archives? The nonprofit Internet Archive would seemingly remain free forever. But what if their funding dried up? Could Google someday take over the Internet Archive? According to Gorman, librarians must ensure that future generations know what we know by designing and implementing effective collaborative schemes to preserve recorded knowledge and information, irrespective of format. Ultimately, this proposal could fall to or in partnership with the government agencies. Our job as librarians will be to take part in and report on such activities with an eye on fixity and capacity. Libraries are a place people can still find honest answers. These people are engaged in a version of what Gorman calls learning to decode, a term I believe can work for digital literacy. Here's where the library comes into play at its most critical: education. I quote from Gorman, "It is a key element in the enterprise, learning, to which all libraries are dedicated. And we must consider how different people learn. There's no one-size-fit. Dr. Delisha Green says literacy educators should try to mirror the level of freedom of expression and linguistic autonomy of individuals' digital practices in out-of-library spaces." Kushla Kapitsky elaborates on this idea, suggesting social interactions are key to interpretation and understanding. The virtual encyclopedia that used to be the internet has become a space for social exchange and community participation. Moving forward, the challenge on the public librarian will be to provide learning methods that fit for a variety of social, economic, and educational situations. Equity of access is where the fusion of digital literacy, human knowledge, and lifelong learning meet, and it's best illustrated in the internet access sections of local libraries. On prominent display are people from a variety of demographics engaged in a variety of digital interactions for a variety of purposes. These people are exercising their right to access knowledge. In America, everyone has the right to access, not everyone has the means. Public libraries bridge that means gap. In Hirsch, Wong, Figueroa, and Cardenas-Dow say equity of access is developed through an appraisal of and engagement with the diverse landscape in which information users operate. The pursuit of equity requires recognizing the different experiences each individual may have and working to upend those avoidable or remediable differences in order to create a more equitable experience. The American Library Association elaborates on the digital equity problem, discussing unfettered, unlimited access to library computers. That's not equitable. The ALA says librarians must fuse uniform distribution with justice to create what they call fairness. I believe this falls under a library-wide methodology of continual review of systems. In the past couple of decades, public libraries have experienced Herculean shifts in the services they provide and the way in which they provide them. However, The industry has always made timely and necessary changes to maintain viability and demonstrate value to stakeholders, i.e., taxpayers. In matters of stewardship, literacy and learning, and equity of access, it will be key for librarians of all stripes, as well as fans and users of libraries, to be vocal and visible library advocates.